Okay guys, Mossy5734 back with some unboxings guys, and yeah, stay tuned, there's some crazy stuff to come. Table's getting kind of full, so I'm going to have to move a lot of this stuff on for some crazy stuff that's to come guys. And yep, so in this series guys, you've seen the Skyline there, which has got a very unique display case. There's the mint green, beautifully airbrushed Sylvia. So there's some real cool stuff going on. And the Mosler, which is a one-off, and some of these custom one-off Mini Zs, guys. Some massive, amazing stuff that's on here. Really cool. Anyhow, so there were a few things. I was just basically on there and I saw a few things that I liked. So here's one of them, guys. I don't actually have this version of the Lamborghini Murcielago. I have the SV versions, which have the big spoiler on them and like this, the blown out on the sides. I don't have this version. I did want a metallic or like a pearl orange. I don't have an orange Lamborghini, and I thought, you know what, for my race vids, I do want to have one. So managed to get one of Hero, and yep, I like that orange. I like the effect. I don't know what it is, there just seems to be like a beautiful glow in the paintwork for these Pearl Mini Zs that they do. So I like that, and I think it looks proper cool. It's got different wheels. I think these are the wheels from the McLarens, but can you see the paintwork, guys? It's got that beautiful glow. So this one obviously doesn't have the spoiler. First time I've had one of these. Normally I get the SV kind of version with the spoilers and all that stuff, and the big lamp, you know, with the big logo on the back. But there's a beautiful glow to the orange that I like. So yeah, obviously not as many frills, doesn't look as amazing, but for what I'm going to use it for, perfect guys. That's going to be in part of street vids. And the orange wheel, the black wheels, I think look pretty cool on this car. I think it goes really well with black wheels. Let me move it and put it where the Mercedes is and get a better look at it. But I definitely do feel that it definitely has a much nicer look. And you can see the contrast in the paintwork between that and the Ferrari that's underneath it. The pearl colours have, I don't know what it is, they just seem to have this beautiful glow and shine that's not metallic, but it just looks so smooth and nice to the eyes. So really nice. Some guy decided to start sawing outside. Thank you for doing that while I'm unboxing stuff, mate. Good on you. Okay, and here's another little beauty. Got Sylvia's anyway. I like the wheels on the I like the wheels of this little bad boy. I think they've come off one of the initial D series cars. But got this as an actual drifter. There were two of them, and I thought, you know what, actually they didn't have remotes, but I'm not really fussed, I've got enough remotes, so they came as all-wheel drive cars basically, and I like carbon fibre or the black effect on the bonnet. He's still alive! I'm having one of them days I'm just dropping stuff, guys. It happens. No Sylvias were hurt in the filming of this episode. Alright, okay. So yeah, I couldn't turn that away because the price of one I managed to get two, so pretty happy with that. Okay, check out that little bad boy with that Lamborghini, which is looking sweet on the display stand. Get notified, get subscribed, guys. You're going to miss out. You're going to be kicking yourself because there's some cool stuff to come. Okay, guys. So, this is a Lamborghini I do not have in my collection. I don't think this is the SV version, but this is the... Now I need to say it right because I've been told that the S in this is like the in things. So Murcielago. Anyhow, I've got the other ones that come in the SV version. The Murcielago LP670-4 SV. But the colour on this one is the same. It's a pearl orange. Arancio Borealis. I love butchering these names, man. And it's still available. It's kind of rare, guys. And this is the 98mm LL mid-motor mount chassis. So the front wheels don't seem to have, they're just narrow with 0 offset. And the rears are 3mm with wide offset. I didn't realise that the front didn't have offset. That's a bit surprising. Okay. So obviously they've done this in a whole heap of colours. The other SV version just looks a little bit more kitted out. It's got the the spoiler on the back. Seems to have a little bit more of them air duct type things in the front. The back seems a bit lower down as well, and seems to have like a, what would you call it, guys? The massive exhaust. Not this twin. This has got a twin exhaust, but you know, like the massive exhaust the Aventador has that. You would have seen them anyway, guys. And I've got a yellow one that I have unboxed in this series, so you can check that little bad boy out. And yeah, so this was the predecessor to the Aventador, which was released in 2011 in the Geneva Motor Show. So cool car, guys. And with the SV, it means super veloz. Must be super velocity, but super veloz. And the Lamborghini Murcielago is produced by the Italian automaker Lamborghini, and it was made between 2001 and 2010. And this was a successor to the Diablo, and this was like the flagship of the automaker's lineup. It was introduced as a coupe in 2001, and then it became available in North America in 2002. So I find the names that Lamborghini uses are interesting. I mean, you know, Ferrari's logo is the horse, and Lamborghini's is the bull, right? They originally made tractors, okay? And that's how they got into this, because Ferrari and Lamborghini are both Italian families, and Ferrari started to mock them for their engineering. And obviously Ferrari were at the pinnacle of the racing world, and Lamborghini made tractors, but you should a bit fun out of people, because they decided to throw their hat into the racing world, and that's where the Lamborghini sports cars took off. So they just made a competitor for themselves. So, but what I find interesting is how a lot of their cars are named after famous bulls from the bullfighting world. So the Murcielago was named after a bull that survived 24 sword strokes in an 1879 fight against Rafael El Lagartijo Molina Sanchez. And this was in the bull ring in Cordoba in Spain. And it said it fought with such passion and spirit that the matador chose to spare its life, which was a rare honour. And the bull was later presented as a gift to Don Antonio Muira, a noted local breeder, and then began the farm. Alright, there's another Porsche called the Miura, so that's another line of fighting bulls. Okay, right, so yeah, it is true. They're naming their cars after bulls. No BS with the Lamborghinis though, guys. They're real machines. But yeah, interesting to know that though. And this was the flagship car, guys. I wish Kyosho would bring out the Aventador though, or the Huracan, or what was it, the Centurion? It just looks a bit different. I mean, this is a beautiful shape, and yeah, you love it. But the Aventador just looks futuristic, man. It looks crazy, and I'm so shocked they haven't brought it out. Anyhow, this is doing 0 to 62 miles an hour in 3.8 seconds. And alright, there was a first generation Murcielago Roadster that was used in the 2005 movie Batman Begins. Didn't know that. Okay, 8,000 RPM, and look at the engines. 6.5 litre, wow. Okay. So yeah, I think the next version, you got a bit of a facelift, and the front and the rear fascicles were revised, and side intakes are now asymmetrical, with the left side feeding a oil cooler. A new single outlet exhaust system incorporated into the rear diffuser, modified the suspension tuning, revised the programming, and upgraded the clutch for the 6-speed ear gear. So this is the version before the SV that came out. So this got a facelift, and they changed a lot of it to obviously heighten the performance of this bad boy car. They also used the second generation Murcielago. LP640 was used in the 2008 movie The Dark Knight. Yo, Batman's got a thing for Lamborghinis, guys. Right, cool. Alright, so when they brought out the SV version and they upgraded it, it was capable of accelerating to 62 miles an hour at a standing start at just 2.9 seconds, and 124 miles an hour at 7.4 seconds. So all them little tweaks got paid in full, man. They made the massive difference. They got to a top speed of 209 miles an hour. And this retailed at 400,000, wow. So they made 350 of them, and it retailed at 400,000 when it came out. On cue. Let's move on to the next car. Okay, guys. As you would have noticed, I've got a bit of a different background there. I noticed that with the white cars in the sunshine, it seems to blot out the features of the car, and with black, you don't see black, so you won't see the real spoiler, you won't see the bonnet very well. So this was kind of like a happy medium, so I'm going to try it out. Let me know what you think. Okay, so guys, here we've got the Silvia S15 with the GT rear wing. I love them wings, them jacked up spoilers, man. So yeah, it's got the carbon fibre hood, and this was produced first in 2014, and I feel it's started to get a bit rare, because the ones I've got from Japan. It's got a 90mm wheelbase, and this is made for the all-wheel drive car. So yeah, and I have done a video on this. I'm not going to go too in-depth, guys, into this one, because I have done videos of this before, and you're going to be hearing more or less the same thing. So the name Silvia is a variation of the word silva, which is a scientific genus term assigned to a class of birds. Yeah, so it could be a reference to the Nissan Bluebird, which was in production at the same time as the Silva. And Nissan was Datsun, so that's the name that they kind of evolved into. I remember them old Datsuns. They had good engines though. So this has got 240 horsepower, 250 horsepower, and it's got the SR20 DET engine with a ball bearing turbocharged upgrade. I love the Jap engines, man. Beautiful. I mean, they are so customizable, so upgradable. Even now, you look at all the street racing vids, and you see all these cars that aren't new. You talk about the R34s, you talk about the Supras, alright, and they have got them up to like almost 2,000 brake horsepower. They were future-proof engines. I mean, amazing the way that they've been able to, you know, stand the test of time. So the S15 Silvia model lineup was initially simplified, just the Spec S and Spec R, both models offering an aero variant with a large rear wing and side skirt balances. So this was originally, it was just sold in Japan, Australia and New Zealand. And there was a great import into other countries. So yeah, I noticed that they seem to have a very good affiliation with Australia and New Zealand, because guys will actually, I know people that will specifically go and import Japanese cars into England because you couldn't get hold of the ones you wanted. So yeah, it just seemed like that was the main market. Saying that, I haven't seen many Silvias proper souped up. I've seen a lot of the other cars. But yeah, I mean, I know with the VTECs, obviously you're limited to, I mean, people have turboed VTECs, and if you get it wrong, it's expensive. But I suppose with a turboed car, probably could do a lot. Maybe it's just me, I haven't seen them, you know, I haven't seen that much of them on YouTube or on videos. So the Silvia S15 under Suzuki has dominated the Tsukuba circuit lap time record for some time. Whoa! After it defeated the HKS CT230R Lan Evo for the record in 2012. So the latest lap record is currently timed at 51.127 seconds, even faster than the official JGTC race car Arta NSX. But I just love the way that, you know, some of the cars that were made, you know, with performance in mind, they've still kept that ability, even now. Amazing technology, man. It's like they over-engineered their cars. It was nuts. Okay, enough of that. Tell me what you think of the background. I've got black, but black was gonna just blot out the bonnet and the wings. So yeah, that's where we ended up. But graffiti is kind of cool as well. But with my other cars that are vibrant colours, I'm gonna stick to the white background. Okay, let's move on.